When I was in school, we had English lessons. We learned a lot about British culture through stories and pictures. While sitting in the class, I was dreaming about being there, about seeing those things with my own eyes. And today I am here in London. My dream came true, and I would love to share this dream with you. The first thing that I've noticed is the amount of people at the airport. It's insane. And the reason is, London has the busiest city airspace in the world. Around 15 million people live in London metropolitan area, and half of them are immigrants. But with so many people packed into one place, it also comes with challenges. While doing the research about the city, I've seen hundreds of videos when someone gets robbed. That fact scares me. So I've prepared. I've attached my camera to my hand, and I keep my valuables at this bag and keeping it on my chest. Hopefully on this trip I will not get into any trouble. One of the most interesting things to me is that London was founded by the Roman Empire around AD 47, which is almost 2000 years ago, and they named it Londinium. This wall is all that left from that time. Parts of it still stand today near Tower Hill, and in Roman times it was up to 6 meters high and almost 3 kilometers long, protecting the city for over 1000 years. While talking about London, it's impossible not to mention the British Empire. It was the largest empire in the world. Its territory covered 25% of land on Earth. It was so huge that it stretched across every time zone. People used to say, the sun never sets on the British Empire. And London, as the capital, was the administrative, financial and maritime center. By the way, British pound is the oldest currency still in use. Big Ben probably the most iconic place of the city. Wikipedia says that Big Ben is the nickname for the Great Bell of the Great Clock of Westminster. Apparently everything is great in Great Britain. This tower is the first thing that I saw in my English class. I think it's the main symbol of London and probably of the United Kingdom. This beautiful building that is part of the Great Big Ben is actually a Palace of Westminster. It is currently used as the seat of the UK Parliament. The political system is fascinating. The UK is a monarchy, but not the kind where the king or queen makes all the decisions. It is a constitutional monarchy, which means the monarch, right now King Charles III, is more of a symbolic figure than an actual ruler. The real political power is in the hands of Parliament, and the Prime Minister runs the government. The King does things like opening Parliament, meeting world leaders, attending ceremonies, but he doesn't make laws or run the country. The King actually sits here, in the Buckingham Palace. It's the official London residence. British people gather here for national events, like royal weddings or national mourning. Official receptions, meetings and state affairs take place here. The place has 775 rooms, 52 bedrooms for guests, 188 staff bedrooms and 78 bathrooms. They even have their own post office, police station and ATM. There are rumors that secret tunnels run beneath Buckingham Palace, connecting it to government buildings and residences. The flag tells you if the king is home. When the royal standard is flying, the monarch is in the residence. If it's the Union Jack, the king is away. For people who don't know, the flag of the United Kingdom, commonly known as the Union Jack, is a combination of the flags of England, Scotland and Ireland. I've got here to actually capture the guards changing. But it didn't happen because actually they scheduled on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and I'm here on Tuesday. Be careful when you choose a time for a visit, so you will not repeat my mistake. The schedule is available online. I will leave a link in the description. Fortunately, they have a horse parade, so I did capture that. Also, if you cannot make it on time to see a guard change, they have a captain's inspection, which happens on Tuesdays and Thursdays later in the day. After the event, I've noticed that guy. He just went home in his uniform. Only tourists seem surprised. I guess it's completely normal here. Buckingham Palace is open to visitors in summer, so I booked a time slot to visit it. Unfortunately, they're not allowed to film there, but I can show you some pictures to give you an idea about the place. It's definitely worth a visit. As you can see from the pictures, it's the very essence of wealth and royalty. One thing that really surprised me was the park right next to Buckingham Palace, St. James's Park. I've never seen symmetry like that before. So many animals and birds live there alongside people. Actually, parks in London in general impressed me. There are so many of them and they are all beautifully maintained. Highly recommend checking out Kyoto Garden. I stumbled upon it by accident. It is free and open to everyone. The garden was a gift from the city of Kyoto to the UK to celebrate their friendship. It is designed to be a peaceful, calming place. London's metro is the first underground railway system on the planet. Despite being called the Underground, only 45% is actually underground. The rest is above ground. Locals call the metro the Tube because of its tunnel shape. In London, people stand on the right and walk on the left on escalators, a strict unwritten rule you don't want to break. Those girls apparently not local. There are over 40 abandoned or ghost stations no longer in use. Some are used for training or filming, even for movies like Skyfall and Sherlock. Metro isn't the first thing that was developed here. The first public flush toilet was installed in London. However, they didn't have the proper sewage system, so waste was still dumped into the River Thames. The smell became so bad that Parliament shut down. Guess how they called it? The Great Stink. The Great Stink forced them to make a sewage system, making London the first major city to have one. London known for its taxis. They call them cabs. An interesting fact about that in order to become a driver, you need to pass the knowledge test. It requires you to memorize the whole city, and it can take from 2 to 4 years. Another symbol of London is red telephone boxes. They were used as public telephones. Nowadays, they serve the same function as Big Ben and buses. They are cultural icons, and red color was chosen to make them visible on the street. They are everywhere around the city. It's almost impossible to miss them. I've got so used to seeing the red ones that when I spotted a black one, it actually surprised me. Turns out, those are often used as Wi-Fi hotspots, defibrillator stations, or even mini libraries. Buses were painted red for a similar reason. The company that operated them wanted to stand out from competitors. When London Transport was created, red became the official color. I thought the Tower Bridge is quite old, but it was built only 140 years ago. Even though it's not that old, it's become an iconic landmark, so I thought it was worth visiting the museum inside. The bridge was constructed to connect the 39% of London's population that lived east of London Bridge, equivalent to the population of Manchester on one side and Liverpool on the other. The exhibition tells the story of how Tower Bridge was built and how its massive roadways lift up like a giant seesaw to let tall ships pass underneath. You can check out the old Victorian engine rooms where steam-powered machines used to run the lifting sections, and see just how clever the design was for its time. The museum also shows how London's river traffic has changed over the years, and how the bridge adapted to keep the city moving. Tower of London was founded 1,000 years ago. It has been a royal palace, prison, armory, treasury, and even a zoo since then. For over 600 years the tower housed exotic animals, given as royal gifts. Lions, elephants, even a polar bear. The bear was kept on a long chain, so it could swim and fish in the River Thames. One of the kings executed his wife here, so the place has its history. And in medieval times, the tower stored England's wealth, coins, gold, silver, in its secure vaults. The wealth is still there. It hosts over 23,000 gemstones, including the Koh-i-Noor diamond, one of the largest diamonds on Earth. I can't ignore the fact that London is a great place for Harry Potter fans. I'm standing on the Millennium Bridge. This bridge became famous after a Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince movie. In the movie, the bridge was destroyed by Death Eaters during the opening sequence. Also, platform 9 3/4 is here, with a fan store nearby. The store is a bit pricey, but it's still an interesting place to visit. Enough talking. I would like to show you the city the way I saw it. Extremely interesting and unique.
I'm dancing on the edge again. The wind is calling my name. I'm dancing on the edge again. This time I'm not looking back, babe. You can change me, you can tell me down. I break the mold with rebels. I find. I break the molds with rebel's mind. I'm a hurricane of free.
And I wasn't robbed.